What is up, Boobie Goaters? My name is Erin, and I've been on the carnivore diet since March 3rd of 2023. And welcome to Boobie Goats. This is my channel. It's named after a song my 3-year-old daughter sang. And I recently realized she was saying baby, but it sounded funny from very far away. So I'm just still winging it and keeping the name. Anyway, just a few questions I thought about today that I'm gonna ask myself and answer myself. So what fun. What makes a person just eat animal products? You know, what doesn't? Desperation, probably. I was 250 pounds. I just had my first C-section. I was about 4 months post C-section. It wasn't my favorite thing to do ever in the whole world because none of the chairs in my house were tall enough. And if anybody ever had a C-section, they probably get it, or any abdominal surgery. Yeah. I was a little sad. Well, I knew it was my last baby. So I was kind of like at an impasse point, and I didn't want to go back to my old habits, which after I'm done nursing a child, I usually end up drinking beer at night or making beer and then drinking beer. It became like a nightly habit. I wouldn't drink during pregnancy and I would not drink during nursing, but like after that, I would drink at night and it would help me sleep for my anxiety. Help me get through the day because I had depression, but I never really talked about it because you talk with that with a provider, they're going to shove pills down your throat and you're going to be taking like a big case of pills because you got anxiety and you got depression and blah, blah, blah. And who knew that like all that stuff could be cured by just kicking carbohydrates, vegetables, and soybean oils and any oil really. That's not real oil. So what makes a person just eat animal products? Well, I was watching TV. I was watching YouTube with my daughter, and I was really into watching homesteading stuff because it would get me motivated to get outside and do things on my farm. And this guy was talking about going to carnivore because he had Lyme disease and he was thinking it would help him. And I'm like, what the hell's carnivore? This guy's gonna die in front of his family. Let's subscribe and watch him. What's this guy gonna do? Like pitch major loaves in the toilet? Like the dude could, like, it's gonna be really hard for him to poop and stuff. But like, that's me not knowing what's going on. And like, I think of the other spectrum where everybody else is like, you're not eating fiber, how are you pooping? And I'm like, you're gonna poop huge turds. Like, that's where my brain went for some reason. But because I talked about it, my phone picked up on it. And guess what I got recommended? A Dr. Berry. And I was like, if I'm gonna make fun of carnivore diet, I might as well watch it. And I did. And I kept watching Dr. Berry. And then I started reading his comments. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know about this guy, but I'm going to start writing down stuff about the carnivore diet. And then I watched one of his videos and he was like, wouldn't you like to lose 30 pounds in a month? You could. Think about it. 30 days, carnivore diet. And he'd have like these easy guide videos and I would have a pen and paper out and I'd be writing this stuff down because my memory was crap. And I couldn't remember things from like 10 seconds ago. Anyway, one of Dr. Berry's videos kind of sounded like a challenge and I decided to take that challenge. Now, I talked about it to my family and my husband was like, this is going to be kind of expensive. And I was like, no, we just have to buy some just extra meat, whatever's on sale at the store, I'll eat. And he was like, okay. And then my daughters, like my older 2 daughters looked at me and they're like, you're going to die of a heart attack. You're going to die, Mom. You're going to die. And I'm like, well, maybe not. Maybe this will be like really cool and maybe I'll lose weight. And my first day, it was the beginning of Lent and it was March 3rd of 2023 and it was a Friday, I remember that, and I ate salmon and fish, and I made like homemade salmon patties, I remember this, and I had eggs, scrambled eggs, and that's what I ate that day, and it was awesome. And then the next day, it was just like eggs for breakfast and burger patties, because we had eggs because we had chickens. So if I didn't have enough money to buy more meat, I would at least eat eggs. And that was my thinking with this. And then I thought I could carnivore harder by exercising the first month too. I was also drinking unsweet tea. And I was wondering if I was doing carnivore right, because everybody complained about having diarrhea and stuff online, and they're always talking poop with carnivore, and I didn't have diarrhea. I actually had a smooth transition, and I just dust that up to me being gestational diabetic with my last baby, and I was just eating no sugar and very low carb. And that's how it was easy for me to transition as well. And I was drinking the unsweet tea, which has oxalates in it, and it helps you when you are transitioning. Why stay carnivore for 2 years? Okay, so after the first week, I woke up and my knees didn't hurt. You know, my knees hurt forever, like real bad, like skateboarding injuries from a youth, like hurting my knees all the time. So I figured, you know, you're in your 30s, later 30s, your knees are gonna hurt. They didn't hurt anymore. I was like, oh my gosh. Can you imagine a 250-pound woman getting up out of bed and like springing out of bed and doing squats and stuff because you're not in pain? That was a delight. I still had back pain. And then a few nights after that, I woke up and my back didn't hurt anymore. My back's been hurting forever because I did have epidurals with plenty of my children. And that's one of the side effects with the epidural is actually having back pain and living with that. And I was living with back pain and I had it and I just lived with it. Thought it was saintly to be in pain. You know, honestly, I don't like being in pain. I like to be not in pain. And you know what keeps me out of pain? An anti-inflammatory diet. Do you know what an anti-inflammatory diet is? It's a meat-based diet, guys. Plenty of butter. Hey, I even had some cream, man. It was pretty good. It's a weird, I'm gonna say that, but I liked it. Just to up my fat, you know? I'm staying carnivore and I've been carnivore for 2 years. I've had my slip ups. I wasn't like really thinking, oh, carnivore, yes, it's gonna solve all my problems, delight. No, I just came in here to lose weight. I was pleasantly surprised that it fixed my back, that it fixed my knees, and I was feeling good. Like I had a smile on my face. I could not. And then all of a sudden, it has to be with like maybe getting into ketosis or just burning your own fat. Like, I don't know, I couldn't stop smiling. And I was just in a good mood. Like, I can't get out of this good mood. Like, I have to pretend to be mad to get people to do things around here sometimes. And I'm pretending. It's so funny because I'll be like, you better clean your room now, you know, type stuff, because I'm not angry. I can't be. I'm just too happy. I'm happy I'm not anxious. I'm happy I'm not depressed. I'm happy that I'm feeling really, really good. And 6 months into carnivore, man, everything changed. I could remember what I needed in the other room. I had no brain fog. Like the inflammation in my brain had went down a lot and I felt so good. I was like, anytime I ate meat, I got super energized. I had to be careful too. Like if I ate a steak at night, I couldn't eat kind of a later meal. I'd have to eat earlier because it makes me hyper and I have to do stuff. Now, if I ate burger patties, I would just go to sleep. So I'd eat burger patties at night, and I lived off of burger patties for a long time until I found a great grocery store that discounts on certain days of the week, and I go there and I just like buy it out because who doesn't like discounts? Especially when you're a mom of 10, you gotta buy stuff when you can. What do? I'm not at my goal. And I'm not at my goal weight, but I did lose a significant amount of weight. Like 80 pounds is nothing to like scoff at. It's not. And I've kept it off. Sure, I gained a little weight during BBB&E, but I'm also weight training. I'm exercising. I'm bulking too. I want to lift. My muscles want me to move, and that's my favorite thing to do because I don't have to exercise for a long time lifting. I just have to do focused reps of heavier material, like heavier weights, and I do that, and then sometimes I lighten it up so I don't injure myself, but I do it every other day consistently. It was hard for me to do 50 burpees every day. That was really tough to go out and do them, but I did them and I felt good doing them, but I kind of like stopped after I got injured. So I just like hadn't been exercising until I found this exercise machine for like a really awesome price. I put it together myself. If I wasn't carnivore and put that thing together, oh my God, it would just be a pile outside for somebody to pick up and throw away, because that thing was insane to put together. It took me 6 hours, and I was watching a YouTube video to help me. I was watching a YouTube video to help me put that thing together because it freaking, oh my gosh, guys, it came with the lamest instructions ever. They weren't good. They sucked. And then I was just like, man, I'm glad I'm carnivore because that's crazy. Now, I did put together a trampoline for my children last year on carnivore, and it was so simple and easy to do. I really didn't need anybody's help. Now, when I did it years prior, when I was like 30 and I wasn't on carnivore, oh my gosh, that was horrible. I could not do it. My brain was just like, no, instructions bad. So I'm so glad I put that together. And you know, I wasn't mad about it if I couldn't get the instructions right, and I wasn't upset and like crazy. It was just more like, I can do it. Just let's be cool about it, you know? And I stay cool because my hormones are balanced, and they're balanced because of carnivore. And I just feel great on carnivore. And I wish everybody else could feel as good as I do, because I really feel really good. I'm not in pain anymore. I'm not in a dark place anymore. I'm in a happy place. And I like being in a happy place. So that's why I'm a 2-year carnivore. And I can't believe it's already 2 years. Like, what? What? Man, that baby was only like 5 months old when I started carnivore. And you know, I will tell you that I did undereat. I was a little worried about her because she exclusively breastfed until she started feeding herself meat. And I was just worried that I wasn't making enough milk. But when I started to eat more, I had to watch people because I didn't do my research and I jumped right in that I wasn't eating enough, and I had to eat more, and my milk production went up, and she's a good little baby and she's fine. She was a little baby too, and she's getting so big, guys. Carnivore. All right. What do I do? I'm not at my goal. I think I asked that again and I answered that, but I was just like, man, I feel really good. So it doesn't really matter that I'm not at my goal. I just know that I just probably need to add in cardio. I have to add in cardio probably on my days where I'm not weight training. I also need to implement days where I just have a sardine fast. Like this week, I had eggs for breakfast. I did have a little cream this afternoon because we're making cream, whipped cream, and it was really good, by the way, and I feel good. But I'm also going to have a New York strip for dinner, so that's my setup. And that's what I'm going to eat today. But it's usually just like 4 strips of bacon, 4 eggs for breakfast, and then I eat a meat, maybe 4 burger patties, but I don't have any burger meat in my fridge, which is crazy. I just keep buying discount steaks. I got a ton of steaks. So everybody's eating steak, you know, and they love steak, so it's so easy. Anyway, I'm having steak. Do I have any changes I want to make? Well, yeah, anybody. Like, I want instant gratification as much as the next person, but also my body did birth 10 kids and it is healing. So that's the biggest thing. I should just let it do its thing and ride my carnivore train. But sometimes I'm like, can't we just go a little faster? So I do things like really long sardine fasts or an egg fast. Which the egg fast wasn't as bad as the sardine fast. I'm going to say that. Like, and it worked. And I wasn't starving myself with eggs. I was eating the eggs. I think that's the fun part about that. Like, you can eat a ton of eggs. You don't have to be like, I'm only going to eat this many eggs. Nah, dude. Go for the dozen. Make funky waffles and eat them all. Your kids might like them and eat them for you. All right. Have I seen a doctor since I've been on carnivore? Yes, I was out by the chicken coop and our old goat feeder is sideways and there's a part that's a little jagged and I cut my leg and it was just, you know, kind of deep, didn't need stitches. I already knew that, but it was a Saturday and I hadn't had my Tdap shot in a very long time. The last time I had it was when Flash was a baby because they were all big about getting that before you had a baby. Pertussis or something. I don't know. Anyway, I went to our urgent care just to get a shot, and I think I have white coat syndrome. I walk in there and all of a sudden my heart was like, but it was really funny. And this is funny, guys. My heart was racing. They asked me a few questions, sat me down, took my blood pressure, and it was 120/80. That's used to be my normal. So when my heart's racing like that, it's 120/80. I think my blood pressure is probably better than that. Probably really low. I remember when my mom was doing her nurse training, she would use me to try to take blood pressure, and she could never find it because I never really have high blood pressure. Yeah, and I got a shot, and that's that I've seen a doctor. I hate doctors. If you can imagine, from having 10 children, I have a lot of just hospital trauma, doctor trauma, all sorts of trauma from being in a hospital, having babies. And yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there to find out like something's wrong with my blood. Oh my God, my blood. Yeah, I'm not going to whine about that. Literally go there if you break an arm or something, or you need stitches, or you're having a stroke. I mean, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, do that if you need to. But if I went to a doctor and they found out that I'm not on any medication, they'd probably flip out because I'm not. I don't need to be. Anyway, that's how I feel, because this is my own experiment and this is me. And have I ate a baby? Being carnivore means you don't eat babies. You might eat baby cows, but I don't like the way veal tastes. Sorry guys, I just don't. I like the way a ruminant animal that's old enough, that has ate a ton of grass and maybe a little grain at the end. I like the way they taste. Okay. Yeah, I put in the baby question because my husband, for some strange reason, introduced me to his friends as, this is my wife, the carnivore. She's lost 80 pounds. And they look at me when he says carnivore like I eat babies. I don't eat babies. I eat ruminant meat and sometimes chicken and yummy, yummy pork belly and bacon. But that's pork belly, but smoked and cut and sliced thin. So yeah, that's my that's me talking about 2 years carnivore. Well, Boobie Goaters, I might insert the other beginning that I wanted to do on here, but I was in the barn and I was with Rocky, and I think that'll make it a little longer. And so I hope you have a great day. I wanted to do a sit down, talk to you type. It's 2 years. What am I going to do now? Oh my God, I hasn't lost all my weight yet. I don't care. I'm still healing. And I got, you know, a lot of stuff that still has to happen here. But a lot of good has happened to me since going carnivore. And I really want that to happen to my children. So I've drastically changed their diet yet again, but they're okay. They seem to have a lot more fun with it. I got a call to pick up one from school today and I was like, oh no, maybe I gave it too much fat. She's okay. All right, Boobie Goaters, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I did tell you that I took my oldest to the doctor. She had some virus or something going around, and she's redheaded and she's light skinned, so I could even see on her cheeks that she had a virus. I told her that and she couldn't see it, which is silly because I could see it. All right, Boobie Goaters, have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching. I just stabbed myself with a pencil because that's the kind of person I am. Have a great night, Boobie Goaters, and I hope you enjoyed my carniversary. Did I have any good stories? I don't know. I just kind of blobbity-blod, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye! What is up, Boobie Goaters? My name is Erin, and I've been on the carnivore diet since March 3rd of 2023, and today is March 3rd, 2025. I am officially a 2-year carnivore. And it doesn't mean that I wasn't perfect the whole time, because I was not perfect. I've had my slip-ups. I've figured out that I was a total carb addict, which I didn't know at all, because for a lot of my carnivore, before I became carnivore, I had gestational diabetes with my pregnancies. I've been pregnant 10 times. I have 10 beautiful children. And I said 7 out of 3 last time I was talking about it, but it was actually 6 out of 4 of my pregnancies were gestational diabetes. And the first time I was told I had it, I followed all the directions and instructions, and my blood sugar was still very high. So I had to figure out that I had to exercise after I ate, and I had to not eat any carbohydrates, but I still ate vegetables because they can't. I think I heard somewhere that vegetables are always canceling out with like carbs. But really, they don't. They're carbs. They're carbs, guys. So when I had the gestational diabetes, I would just eat meat and a lot of vegetables. And I would also eat berries, Brazilian nuts, macadamia nuts. Basically, I guess I was paleo, but I didn't know it. And I also knew about keto, but I didn't know what keto was until I accidentally stumbled upon a Dr. Berry video, which changed my life. So I am standing before you now, 80 pounds lighter than I was before. And I've been doing this diet for 2 years. I will say that I needed community, and I'm so glad that I started getting into the live carnivore YouTube channels and started talking with people online, because it helped me have community and people that were more like-minded. Because carnivore is crazy. I went into it for weight loss because I heard you could lose 30 pounds in 30 days, and I actually did that. And I actually lost 50 pounds in 3 months. So that was awesome. The other 30 came off kind of slow, but it came off. Because in my carnivore journey, I just ate all meats and, you know, what I could afford. And I don't think I ate enough, and I didn't eat enough fat. So I've learned that make sure you do the salt in the beginning, but if you're still feeling bad and you need your electrolytes, do it. But also remember that this is kind of high fat. You don't have to go all the way high fat, but like I've learned that when I go high fat, I'm more optimal and I do more, and I got more energy. Now that just makes all my fat slower to burn, but I'm burning it and I'm changing. Like it took me a whole year of healing on carnivore to start exercising, and I do it every other day. I didn't do it yesterday, so I exercised this morning. I did the hard stuff first, which to me would be weight training, and I did all my weight training in the morning. Insert weight training. Guys, I got muscles now, and it's all because of weight training. And I weigh a little bit more than I did before. When I did 50 days of burpee, or when I did 30 days of 50 burpees a day, I felt good. And I look like I felt good. So I feel good. So I'm going to go back to doing something similar for almost every day. Here, Rocky, your little kitty. Doing something similar. Also, I'm going to be working outside. Like, I have to fix my tiller today, and I'm going to redo how I had my garden. I'm going to like plant in a different area too, and I'm going to break some land and do stuff. So I got a lot to do. That means I'm just going to move more, and I need to add some cardio into my training. Like on my off days of not doing resistance, I need to do cardio. And I'm pretty sure if I did that, I would drop the rest of the weight that I feel like if I dropped about 30 to 40 pounds, I'd be done with my weight loss goals. But this isn't a weight loss diet. I quickly found out about 6 months in that this is actually an optimization diet, and my brain started to feel so much better. My inflammation went down in my body, which was like awesome, and happened like not the whole body per se, but like my lower back pain, my knee pain, that happened pretty quick. And that's why I've stuck to it, because I don't like my back hurting. I don't like my knees hurting. I don't like being in pain. I used to think I was pretty tough, and I would just tough out all my pain, but honestly, on carnivore, I feel really good, and I don't like feeling not good. I used to have super bad anxiety. I had depression. I had all the things. Me looking at a photo of me December 2 years ago blew my mind, and I had to share it because this was me before I found carnivore, and how awesome had it became, you know, like carnivore fixed me. And because of that, I'm on here now telling you about it, but also I'm just giving you my 2-year update that I'm still carnivore, that I'm still doing awesome at it. And I usually just post when I feel like doing stuff, and I will record the stuff that I do. But anyway, what makes a person stay carnivore that long? It's just because I'm not in pain. It's just because I feel really good. Like when my hormones balanced, when my brain fog lifted. Are you okay? It was so weird. It was like I was doing this to lose weight, but instead I found a community of people that I really enjoy. I'm not as anxious as I was before. I'm exercising. I'm living, which is amazing. To be alive again, you know, to have a second chance is basically what it feels like, and a good second chance. To be optimal, be your own optimal, that's awesome. My husband keeps telling me that, like, not everybody can thrive on carnivore. It won't work, blah, 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 blah. I think he's just fighting it, but if you don't give it a chance, how do you not know? I gave it a chance. I accepted Dr. Barry's challenge of try it for 30 days because I heard it like a challenge. And I'm grateful I heard it like a challenge, because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have done it. Hi, baby. Okay. Are you playing too? We're out here trying to get things together. Tomorrow it's going to rain. No, it's going to rain the day after. Maybe tomorrow night it's supposed to rain or something like that. So we got to get everything ready to plant. I'm going to do well, I'll call them vegetables. We're going to do some vegetables. My daughter, my oldest, likes lettuce, and the kids like radishes. Sometimes we grow carrots, you know? Hey, everybody's home. Let's go see them.
Oh.
Say bye.
Bye.